Hi, Scorpio. This is going to be your August 2020 prediction. It's good for the sun, rising, or moon sign of Scorpio. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's not a personal reading meant for just one person, so it won't resonate with everyone that watches, and perhaps only parts of it will as well. In particular, with the oracle messages. If this doesn't resonate, check your rising or moon sign this month. You could find messages there. And next week, I will return to relationship readings. I like to do an overall forecast at the end of each month to see what the month ahead will look like, to give you guys a chance to change course or go in a new direction if you see something that you're not comfortable with. Tarot is meant to help us have enlightenment and look at things from the perspective of the 5D to help us make the best choices and live our best lives. So I really hope that this message helps you guys. You guys are my favorite water sign, as you know, and I love reading for you. If you would like a personal reading with me, the link to my website to schedule is in the description below. If you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. When I do love readings, I drop all the cards on camera, but I let the cards fly out of the deck for the monthly predictions off camera because I insist that all the cards jump out. Sometimes this takes quite a bit of time, and I want to sit here and look at all the messages together so that I can really sum up what's going on for you. I think that in August, Scorpio, a lot of you will be tempted to relive the past a little bit. In particular, our parents with children. We might be recalling when our kids were younger, and some of your kids are going off on their own for the first time, and you might be a little worried about them. So I think that some of that will be happening for some of you. I definitely see here that communication and moving towards your personal goals will be very much on your mind. The bonds of friendship will come into play very heavily in August as well, and making sure that you use discernment in regards to your soul tribe. And I also see that I have two cards of communication here and needing to take an overview effect of some situations and make sure you are being your most authentic self. First card that came out of the sacred geometry deck for you was the fifth chakra. The energy of the throat chakra supports our ability to communicate clearly and truthfully. So, not that you guys don't ever do that. Scorpios are usually pretty good at communication. So, in August, it will be important for you to communicate very clearly and very honestly in all relationships in your life. Friendship came out as well. And I notice your advice from Spirit is also the Three of Cups. So, getting by with a little help from your true friends, your real friends, expecting really good communication between yourself and other people in your life will be pivotal, apparently, and very important in August. The energy of friendship supports our intrinsic desire for connection with others based on mutual affection and appreciation. So it's very important. This might be a situation in a relationship, Scorpio, where you will really need to communicate clearly and truthfully about how much mutual affection and appreciation are between you and others, so you can clearly define who your friends are, who your friends aren't. In dating situations, it'll be, are we friends? Is there something more? Something like that might come into play for you as well in August. The third chakra came out. This always excites me. It doesn't matter what sign. When I see the third chakra, I know it's going to be an important month. This is the energy of the solar plexus, which helps us to realize who we are and who we want to be so we can set a course towards our goals. And I did notice that your card came out. That's when I knew it was time to add reversals and the deck was hot and ready for you. Judgment came out. This is Scorpio or Libra. And this is very much about your third chakra. When judgment comes, Scorpio, it's a moment where we have a big decision to make in our lives and we're at a real crossroads where it's an absolution and an awakening and major lessons learned, major choices to make moving forward. Can you leave your past behind and move towards an ascension and an absolute ending that will bring way to freedom? Some of these people are going towards the light and others are falling down into the depths. So you will be asked to determine what is your course. What friends can you take with you along the way? Communication will definitely help because it will be Judgment Day. Two really great cards came out of Colette Baron Reid's Spirit of the Animal Oracle deck. Canary Spirit, Sing Your Own Song. You will be challenged with your communication and your fifth chakra this month, I think, Scorpio, where canary spirit comes out when we might be asked to dim to fit in, where our own authentic voice and who we truly are as people is questioned or perhaps unappreciated. Your guides are here to remind you, sing like a canary. You might receive some information in August as well that helps you define your authentic self and choices. It's very important that you are authentic and sing your own true song, not anyone else's. Don't be afraid to shine and be different from everyone else. Canaries are so beautiful. Yeah, communication. Somebody might be singing like a canary to you, or you might be singing like a canary to somebody else. Eagle spirit came out. Spirit has your back. It came in the reverse, which means you need the protection message. This does not mean that spirit doesn't have your back. But it is an important message. It's important to hear as well. If you are walking awkwardly and feeling embarrassed, Eagle Spirit is here to tell you that that is only because right now you're meant to fly. If it feels awkward to walk, it's because you're meant to fly. Soar over the troubles that have you feeling scared and alone. See the bigger picture, yet retain your eagle eye for the details that help you claim your wisdom and courage. So look at the details, soar above everything so you can see life for what it really is. Or perhaps you are making yourself small for the sake of getting others to accept you. That might be what that canary spirit is about. Now is not the time to be vulnerable and dependent, for you have the wings to fly on your own, and you need to do it at this time. This might be a child around you, like I said, as well, having a hard time being independent. There is no need to huddle in a shelter or even to seek out a flock to support you, for Eagle Spirit says you have tremendous wisdom and courage within. Let it arise so that you might soar proudly with the angels serving as the wind beneath your wings. From these heights, you can make the best and most powerful choices for the highest good of all. Wow. So clearly, choices needing to be made, needing to take an overview effect, knowing that you might have to go it alone and that your own authentic voice may come into question. Now is not a time to huddle and hide in the corner, and now is not a time to need the flock for support. Don't feel awkward or embarrassed. If you're feeling alone or scared, you will get by with a little bit of help from your true friends. And don't make yourself small to allow to get others to accept you. It that will only take you away from your course towards your goals, Scorpio. So I can see some confusion here for you. I pulled some oracle cards from the Illumination Oracle deck about relationship. Some or none of these could come into play for you because some of this will be about romantic relationships or with family or friends. I got reliving the past, get clarity, intimacy, and confusion. So with these cards together, I think that you might be experiencing some confusion because there was such an intimate connection between yourself and someone else. This does look like sexual intimacy here, but it doesn't need to be. I think your guides are saying to you, in August, you'll be recalling the past and thinking, wow, I'm really confused about a certain connection in my life. We were so close. I don't understand. It will be time to soar like an eagle, communicate well, and get clarity and expect the truth. Yeah, that might be some things that happen in relationships in August. But at the center of it all, I do have the moon. The moon is Pisces or Cancer. The moon does not illuminate itself. This is where our intuition is heightened, and there is a vagueness and an instability and an insecurity moving forward. Do not fall prey to illusion. When the moon is out, things are not as they seem. It's where we operate in the moonlight and we experience some fear and anxiety. There will be some deception possibly at play, or there might be some misconceptions causing you to feel some vagueness and instability. The moon can sometimes even be blind love. When I have the moon in the Fool here, for but a few of you, there might be a pregnancy involved or an attempting pregnancy. I would prefer to see the sun here. For those of you trying to conceive in the month of August, you might not really know what your cycle is, and you might need to track it a little bit better. But for some of you, it is to do with your path moving forward and not really being able to see where you're going. Make sure you get all the facts. Make sure you communicate well. Things may not be as they seem. That's the confusion part. The challenge will be not overthinking it. Here's the Eight of Swords in the upright. This is where we have some negative thoughts surrounding a situation in our lives. We feel sort of stuck. It's a self imposed restriction of the mind. We sort of feel like the victim in a situation. Or look at her. She's like all trapped by the demons in her head. She's had to get out of a situation quickly. You might be confused and you might be overthinking some things. Make sure you communicate clearly and you're authentic. Don't allow for any cognitive dissonance. Spirit does have your back. If you soar like an eagle, you might get more information. Yeah. What's driving you? The Hanged Man and the Four of Wands. So, a second card of Pisces coming out here for you. What's driving you is that you're paused. The Hangman comes, it's very similar to the Eight of Swords. Some of you guys are in some situations where you feel kind of stuck and you're overthinking it a lot. And there is some confusion. There is a bit of vagueness and instability. The Hangman, look at this guy, it's Houdini, like, and everyone's like, wow, how's he going to get himself out of this? So much about our future right now is uncertain, and there, because of COVID, and there will be many instances in all different manners and parts of our lives where we simply have to pause and let go of things that we can't control and take a new perspective. When the Hangman comes, a sacrifice needs to be made. So you may be very paused about something in your life, Scorpio, in August, trying to decide, can I make a sacrifice? How did I get into a certain situation I'm in? And how can I get out? I can see that what's driving you is stability. This might be about home and family in particular, and wanting a homecoming. Some of you are waiting to hear about a house, waiting to hear about a job, definitely wanting to take a new perspective on it in order to bring total stability into your life. But the hidden factors for you, deep within for you, Scorpio, is temperance in reverse. So with judgment and temperance in reverse, this is interesting. Really can't ignore the inner calling. Really have to ignore that inner critic. Really have to decide something and know absolutely what you want. Because there's some confusion and some mental insecurity about it, I think you're running hot and cold. So make sure that in August you are not excessive, that you keep in balance, that you determine the purpose of relationships moving forward, because temperance in reverse is 1 minute we feel one way, 1 minute we feel another way. Some of you have had a Sagittarius in your life. This is a time of realignment and self-healing, and to bring any imbalances into a place of moderation. You might experience feelings of impatience and having a hard time gaining perspective on something. Search for the calm and the peace and the contentment. The Hangman and Temperance are both about looking for perspective and needing perspective. That might be where some of the confusion is coming in. Your advice from Spirit, the Queen of Swords in reverse to the Three of Cups. Some of you have been dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but I often associate the King and Queen of Swords with Scorpio. Very much so. You guys are true warriors. I think here we have another card of friendship coming out, the Three of Cups. Look at these chicks, all getting ready to go out together, putting their corsets on. There may be someone in your life that you need to cut out, or there may be some situations where you're having a hard time communicating clearly and not having unbiased judgment. The Queen of Swords comes when we need a solution in our lives, but she can be easily influenced by her emotions and overly emotional when she flips into the reverse. It's a time when you or someone around you might not be the best with communication. They might be passive aggressive, or you might have a hard time with your boundaries or passing judgment in a way that keeps you of independent mind. Make sure you're making the smartest choices and coming up with the best solutions, in particular in regards to your soul tribe. I think that this is a person that maybe you cut out in order to keep that strong energy of friendship and creativity and collaboration and healing. There may be some situations where you are called to be part of a healing tribe of people where there is friendship and happiness, but you might be having a hard time judging their character. Make sure you soar like an eagle, get all the facts, make sure you sing your own song, and communicate very directly, and make sure your goals are very apparent to everyone moving forward. That will help for sure. In the future, moving out of August into September and the action you'll take, the Chariot in reverse. So this is the energy of Cancer. The moon can be Cancer as well. I see that you guys might have a hard time moving forward in a situation, or you may drive too quickly towards something without the GPS turned on. When the Chariot comes, this could also be an issue with a vehicle or a car as well. If you're looking for a car, this might not be the month you get it. Make sure you check out your Chariot. Make sure you get a good look at it. Whenever I see the Chariot in reverse, for us, it can quite literally be the way we travel or the way we communicate. Don't take your hands off the wheel for any reason. There might be a situation where you're trying to move forward or even relocate, but there's so much instability or vagueness about it that's making you trapped in your head. You may just decide to pause and stay right where you are in your stable environment right now while you make a choice. I can see that it might be difficult for you to come up with some kind of a solution to help you move forward. As long as you're accountable for the direction your life is going, Scorpio, and you don't turn your GPS off, you can't go wrong. But the Chariot's about victory and success and determination. This could also be an energy around you that's keeping you from moving forward as well. So make sure you keep an eye on that. I see you guys needing to remember to drive forward with towards victory and success. If you're This will happen for you if you're determined and you know exactly where you're going and you're accountable for the direction you're going. Make sure you're asking anyone else in your life. Don't be afraid to ask others to be accountable for the direction they're going, because it might be causing some confusion. That get clarity piece, that's the Queen of Swords. She will get clarity. The way you see yourself, I actually like the way you see yourself. Two of Wands in reverse to the Knight of Pentacles. So that might be so much about some of the decisions you're making and trying to figure out where you're going. You might be having a difficult time moving forward in some parts of your life because the moon is present and not the sun, and you're running hot and cold. I think you're handling it as best you can with the Hangman, the Four of Wands. The Two of Wands is where we kind of divest in a situation. Two of Wands is where we plan for the future. We have decisions to make. We want to discover more. But in the reverse, it's where we focus more on our personal goals and we go in for inner alignment. We lack a plan. We're not sure which way to move forward. She's stepping out of a door here, which I find kind of interesting. Um, I think there's some doors that you're just not ready to walk through. And I think you're going to stick close to the castle and close to home. The Knight of Pentacles is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. It can sometimes be a young adult, but knights take action. So I think that in August, you guys will be taking a very conservative approach, working very hard, trying to be very productive and setting up a good routine. This Knight of Pentacles does move slowly, but I think the reason you're moving slowly is because you're still very focused on your own personal goals and you're not sure you have the right plan in place to move forward. I see you running hot and cold. So I think you're handling that pretty well. In your environment, this could be anyone in your life, a friend, a family member, a romantic partner. They see themselves as the fool. So this could be a young person. This could be a Aries, a Sagittarius, a Libra, a Gemini, a lighthearted sign. This person sees themselves as the fool, lighthearted, easygoing, not at all tied down. They have a beginner's mindset. They're very carefree and innocent almost. They definitely are putting that key in the door and they want to leave the past behind. They have a beginner's mindset. They're not at all tied down and ready for any serious commitments in their life. The way they feel about you is the Nine of Swords in reverse to the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So whoever this person is in your life, they may appear to be somewhat uncooperative. They are avoiding anxiety and worry. They might face a lot of inner turmoil about the relationship. They might have some deep-seated fears that they're trying to release. In this deck, it's the Nine of Swords is in a cage. The cage is open, but they can't get out. This person is just trying to avoid feeling this way. They don't want things to be a nightmare between the two of you. But they also feel the need to work alone. The Three of Pentacles in reverse speaks to disharmony, third-party interferences, apathy, and a lacking of commitment. It just might be that this person can't cooperate with you. They cannot implement what they learn. For whatever reason, this relationship might be stressful for them, and they might be trying to get out of this cage. They don't really want to cooperate. They seem to want to work alone and be the fool. This person might be leaving something behind between the two of you. It could be a child, it could be a romantic relationship, it could be a friend. The action towards you, death. You could be dealing with another Scorpio, my Scorpions. This person is allowing for transformation. This is about a death and a rebirth. Now, when I see death in the Fool, for some of you, this is a literal death. This could even be a health crisis of some kind. This could be your response to the environment. Have a beginner's mindset. Try to release the worry. If you feel as though you need to work alone and you need to create an ending in your life that will make way for a rebirth and a total transformation, you must do what you must do. This person, though, is also going through a death cycle if this is a person around you. But it's in the upright. They're willing to have an ending that will bring a transformation. I think they want to wipe the slate clean. Emotionally, though, they might appear uncooperative in some way. There could be endings here happening. In your emotions, Six of Cups, revisiting the past, childhood memory, innocence and joy, homesick for something. This is the energy or card of a soulmate, even. I think that you will be recalling the past. And if it's about a relationship around you, this is might be where the confusion is. With the Six of Cups being somewhat invested in the past when things were easy and innocent and joyful, this is creating a lot of emotional instability and really feeling trapped in your head about things moving forward. Get clarity with this confusion. Watch for reliving the past. But this is also about not wanting to have any bridges burned. This could also have to do with children, but you will be recalling fond, happy memories. I think it's causing confusion moving forward. That's why it's really important to take the overview effect. Really focus on your own personal goals the way your third chakra asks you to, and definitely communicate clearly. Very much so. What we're ending on, though, for you guys in August, Seven of Wands to the Ten of Pentacles. Well, you people are not afraid to stand up to a challenge. The Ten of Pentacles is about wealth, financial security, family, long term success, and equal contribution for all those involved. I like in the Seven of Wands how he's covering up something, protecting it in a cave. I think that in August, you guys will feel somewhat challenged. You will have some competition. You may feel somewhat caught off guard. You need to protect yourself and persevere. You will be trying very hard to protect any long term stability you have in your life. There's a couple cards here that indicate family, adult children, perhaps. Um, so I see you guys really protecting what's yours and any long-term stability you have. If there is anyone, I'm just hearing this just now for a relationship piece. Someone might have some commitments in their life that they're defensive about and they don't want to show you. You might need to get more information about that. But I mean for this to be you, Scorpio, where you guys are not afraid of obstacles and challenges. You will protect what is most important to you and persevere. And that seems to be hard work, your own personal goals, and your long term stability. What seems to be most important to you guys is family, wealth, and financial security, and equal contribution from everyone involved. If someone around you is not willing to commit to that or be part of that, that's their problem. It looks like you're standing up for yourself and your long term stability. The challenge will simply be not overthinking it. It's all in your head. It's a self-imposed restriction of your mind. You've thought your way into it. You can think your way out. The advice is to not ignore the inner calling, ignore the strong inner critic, listen to your intuition, and leave the past behind. You have major choices to make in August that will make way for a freedom that will lead to ascensions and new beginnings. Okay, Scorpio, that's your August 2020 prediction. If these resonate with you, I hope they help you. You're my favorite water sign, so I really hope it helps you guys. Book a private reading with me if you want to work with me personally. I am always listening to the universe for you, Scorpio. Take care of yourselves. I really love you guys. I'll see you next time.